This is Don N5SKT, and I wanted to give y'all an update on the Performance Z-Arrays build. I pretty much got the build done. I think it took me 2 evenings to do it, and a lot of it is like soldering the connectors and stuff. This is the inside of the control box, and so there's some rather small pins right in here that, I mean, this is out when you're doing this, and these wires are free, but you have to solder 6 wires into this. These wires are come already in this device, and this just plugs into here. There's some soldering back here. I'm sorry, there's only 4 wires here. This is the power. There's 6 wires on here. This is where the control cable is. So then what you are going to see, there's, and forgive the other junk around over here, but here's the delay line, or sorry, the control cable, and that comes all the way over to here where I've got the relay box. And in the relay box, you're going to be soldering those 2 relays. They're right here. You solder these LEDs, and all this stuff is through hole, very easy to solder. Again, there is a connector that down here that's part of the controller, and it's down in there that you've got to do. Then the other thing, John's working on a better way of doing this, but you essentially will go in and line up, it's hard to see, you line up these pins or ends that come out of the coax, so that all 5 of these, there's 5 here, it might be easier to see here, but there's 5 of them, and they all have to line up so this board fits down. So it's what you have to do is you've got to go in and turn these a little bit one way or the other in order to get them to drop into here. Now, I found that once you get this board dropped down, and then it screws in, but once you get it dropped down, if you take it off and put it back, or take it off and put it back, it goes right back on. So it's really seems more of a one-time thing. And then you screw this plate down into here. This box here would close up, and then your coax and cables are going to come in here. Now, I've removed some of the stuff here because these things are RG213, and they will take up this whole space here. And then the box closes and locks, and you've got it working. So let me give you a quick demo of it. I'll apply my 12-volt power here. There's my 12-volt power, and you plug it in, and then there's an on-off button, and I don't know if you could hear it, but there's a relay back there that came on. Mainly that's because I have it switched here. So if you look at this, we're on E2 there, and we come back over here to the control box, and boy, that's hard to read with the camera because the light is so, okay, but that's the E2 LED that's on. And by the way, let me give you a quick look. The broadside LED is this middle one, and then, the element 2 is here, and that controls the directionality, which antenna is the lead one that's actually going to give you the deal. So, and I'll do a quick, like, if I switch it here to broadside, then we see over here that the broadside is lit up. So that's basically saying there that it's working. And again, we flip this over, and we're now on E1, and over here we are seeing E1. So it's all together wired up correctly. There's just a few things I need to do because some of these, I'm going to pull this board back off, I'm going to pull it back off and put some blue Loctite on these connectors so that when you screw in a cable here, that it doesn't start turning this, because once I've done that, then I'm going to solder this down, and I don't want it to turn and break the solder joint. So there's some Loctite that needs to go on there. I believe, I need to think this through. I believe there's some Loctite that needs to go on those, but that'll be kind of easy to do, even with it, inside the box. So that's what's left to do. Then the antennas are going to go on there. I'll show you. I've got a couple of 25-foot antennas, but I'm not going to run those. Also tomorrow, I will be getting a DX Commander Rapide kit. Callum sells 2 of his vertical antennas, and we'll be doing, and so those could go outside. They're the Rapides that have the actual self-supporting, so you don't have to guy this particular thing down. You can just set it out there. And let me step outside for a minute. Yes, there's Max. He is my adopted cat, because now I got a bunch of junk out here. Don't worry about that, and including over there a 1,000-foot roll of 300 ohm ladder line. I was trying to think, but anyway, I got lots of places to put those antennas. They're about 5 foot apart for 20 meters, so I'll be putting them either out over there or out over here, 5 foot apart. I want to point them towards Europe and kind of line them up, and so that's the next thing I need to do. Anyway, just doing an update. This is Don N5 SKT 73.